Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Hope everybody's day is getting off to a wonderful start, and I hope that your day is filled with love and laughter. Today, I wanted to talk about gratitude and the people that you have in your life. Um, I posted a comment today about being so grateful that you question whether you deserve to have the amazing people in your life or not. And I had a message that somebody sent me that asked me, what if it's the other way around? I found that the toxic people are vibrating out of my life or leaving my life, and it's clearing space for um, more people that align with that person to come into their life. And I wanted to talk about that today because it's such an important topic that we all wonder about and think about, and it's especially tough when those people happen to be family or really close friends. So when you start to raise your frequency and you start to become a happier person and start to have more gratitude for life, and you start to really appreciate where you're at that point in time in your life, you are going to find that people that are struggling to hold that frequency, they're having trouble staying in your life, whether it be arguments or disagreements or them just not talking to you. I find that a lot of times when you start to raise your vibration like that, it makes people uncomfortable because it forces people to look at themselves, because they see you putting in work and they see your authenticity and they see you being transparent with the way you live, good, bad, or indifferent. And that makes people really uncomfortable because people have a very hard time being honest with themselves. So if you can't be honest with yourself, how are you supposed to be honest with the people around you? And I've really found that a lot of people say that the toxic people will vibrate out of your life, but I just want everybody to remember that that doesn't necessarily have to be a permanent thing. That doesn't have to be something that's forever stamped. Okay, see you later. I'll never talk to you again. Um, More often than not, what happens, at least in my experience and in my reality, is when you start to raise that vibration and start to live a more happy life, a more present life, a more pure life, those people will step out of the picture. But when you start to gain greater knowledge of how things work in this universe, and you're able to see people and meet people where they're at in their psyche, um, you can hold space for that person. And a lot of times what people lack is consistency in their life. And so when you raise your vibration and you maintain that vibration at a high frequency, um, it makes people uncomfortable. But more often than not, they'll have an event happen where it's either a mind blowing epiphany. Oh wow, okay, now I see. Or it's darkness, and an event that'll cause great darkness and trauma in their life will make them reevaluate their relationship with you, and they'll start to think about, what is this person doing to make themselves happy? Why are all these good things happening for this person? What's going on? What are they doing? What can I emulate? What practices do they have in place to create this reality for themselves? And they'll start to ask you these questions, and they'll start to get curious, and they'll start to want to change their way. So you know just just don't write these people off. When you get to a certain level of understanding, yes, removing toxicity from your life is sometimes necessary, but when you're able to control your frequency and understand that you need to meet people where they are, because no two people are in the same exact spot, you can hold space for whatever they're going through and let them step away, knowing that eventually, if you stay consistent and continue to shine your light at a consistent rate, then they'll eventually come back around. And if not, it's just the way of life. But if you shine your light bright enough, and you speak on love, and you speak on happiness, and you speak on joy, and you give tips, and you just plant seeds here and there, just little, you don't have to force anything on anybody. You know, you could just one line, hey, maybe you could try this. And even if they don't respond well at that time, maybe they say, fuck you, I do that. We all react when we're interacting with people differently than we react when we are at home with that thought. So what I say by planting seed is just dropping that one line for that person, and not necessarily expecting a response then, but knowing that when they get home and they're laying in bed, or they're deep in thought, stressed out, perhaps that seed will start to sprout, and they'll start to think about it. And they'll start to say, what if I did do that? Am I really this way? Could I do that? That person's really happy. And you start to see that sprouted seed start to blossom, and you just keep shining your light, and you stay consistent, because again, consistency is what most people lack in their lives, because everybody is so instant gratification, now. So therefore, when you're living that now, the consistency is not there, because it's choppy. Everything is now, move on. So being consistent, holding that consistent light of happiness and joy, really makes people wonder what it is you're doing, and can really help the whole world, and creating positive ripples, one beautiful soul at a time, because no two people are at the same point in their life, and everybody experiences reality different through emotions and through mindset. And there's so many individual factors that play into how we perceive reality, that when you get to a certain point, you're able to hold space even for the toxic people, and you're able to maintain that vibration while maintaining a relationship with that person. And the law of science is the higher frequency, if held consistent around a lower frequency, a lower vibrational frequency, that lower frequency will eventually rise to meet that strong higher frequency. So maintain that frequency. Don't let people bring you down. Don't let them bring you down to their frequency. You stay strong, and stay present, and stay loving and understanding. And eventually, one person at a time, we're going to raise the consciousness of this earth, and we are going to live of pure intention and love. And really, that's what's heaven. That is what heaven on earth is, and that is what the return of Christ is bringing that Christ consciousness of the God vibration, the pure love and the pure happiness. And that is heaven on earth, and that is the return of Christ. And it's coming. It is upon us. We're in the age of the awakening, and the age of Aquarius is the age of awakening, where people go from believing to knowing, and to believing in their own powers, and believing in the same powers that many of the great ascended masters before us showcased it, with their love and their healing ability, and their ability to tap into universal powers that are outside any understanding that most common men have today. And it is such a beautiful time to be alive. So please, even if you don't realize what is going on in this universe with the raising of the consciousness, the collective consciousness, just say just count your blessings, and know that this is a very beautiful time to be alive. So I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. I know it's been a while since I made some videos. Got a lot going on in my personal life. A lot of dark happenings are surfacing, generational stuff that has taken me away from making videos, but it's necessary to direct my energy towards healing those generational traumas and those karmic debts that have been passed down through the generations of my family. So, and passed down from my ego-driven self of many years ago. So it's really beautiful to see how life manifests, and it can be really painful too, but pain is part of beauty, because pain brings growth. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon.